Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena Lipson. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Self-Care Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode. Welcome back to the Meditations and Musings podcast. Today I have a short and sweet episode for you about why positive affirmations are not working for you and what you can tell yourself instead. And also a couple of things you can try that are going to help you transform on a much deeper level, with the caveat of actually letting you know that transformation doesn't mean you have to fully delete who you are right now to become someone else. I know there's a lot of talk in the transformational coaching industry about how you have to be someone else, like as if who you are right now is terrible in some way. It's not really that at all. It's something totally different. So, thank you for being here. This is Elena Lipson, your self-care coach and inner work mentor. And my passion is helping you to get to the place in your life where you trust yourself so deeply that you're okay when you make mistakes, you're okay when you fail, whatever failure means to you. You are okay with giving yourself permission to do whatever you want, to have what you want, to be who you choose to be, without feeling like you owe anyone anything, right? So, okay, I might sound a little angry right now, but that's okay. I just get really, really frustrated when I see amazing women like you doubt yourself, doubt your own worthiness, doubt your own ability to have exactly what you want in life. And someone comes along and tells you, just say these 20 affirmations every day, and all of a sudden you'll have what you want, right? So it's sort of the surface level law of attraction stuff that I think is amazing as a starting point, but really is not going to do what you want it to do over time, because you have so many beliefs. You and I and all of us have so many ingrained beliefs about what's possible that just saying affirmations is just like, I don't know, I have some really funny metaphors coming into my mind right now, but I'm just going to hold off. You get the picture. If you wake up every day and say, I am rich, I have $20,000, I have a Mercedes, you can say that all you want, but until and when you actually believe them, until and when you actually take the daily tiny little steps that move the needle towards doing that thing or having those things, you're just going to keep saying those affirmations until one day you're going to look up and just like see that 10 years has gone by and nothing's happened, right? What happened? What happened? I made a vision board. Nothing happened, right? Listen, I love vision boards. I really, really do. And they actually have a different value than what most people perceive. On the very surface level, creating vision boards and affirmations can make you feel good and that you're doing something good, which is actually the actual value in saying the affirmations and doing the vision board, is a little reflection into your soul that you actually desire to have something, be something, do something that is different from where you are right now. And that's a really wonderful acknowledgement of self-reflection. It means you're not just sitting there, literally sitting there, doing nothing. You're actually moving in a direction that feels like you want something new for yourself, something better, something more inspired for yourself, right? And those are wonderful things. But just doing a vision board or just saying affirmations is like buying the ingredients for your favorite, dessert, but never actually combining them, never actually putting them in the oven, adding energy and heat to them, right? Never doing the steps. Like you just have the ingredients, but you don't have the actual steps to combine them in a way that creates this beautiful dessert, and then put it in the oven to add heat and energy and poof, there's your dessert, like magic, right? Baking is always like magic to me. So just buying the ingredients is like just saying affirmations, just doing the vision board. What actually needs to happen is having a vision, right? So if you're actually going to make that dessert, let's follow that trail. If you're actually going to make, like, say, my favorite dessert is New York cheesecake. If you're going to make that New York cheesecake, the kind that you bake, not the kind that you don't bake, is, or let's pie, whatever your favorite is. You have a vision first. This is what I want. I want to have this beautiful cheesecake to have at this celebration or whatever. Then you decide, you reverse engineer it. Okay, well, what do I need to make this happen? You need to go to the store or order the ingredients. Then you need to make time to actually combine the ingredients in the proper order, in the proper containers. And then you take those ingredients that have been combined in the proper order, in the proper containers, and you put them in the oven. And then you have to turn on the heat, adding energy and heat. And, well, maybe not the cream cheese part, but you get it. Went a little off track, but just put a pie in there, whatever, a cake, a muffin, I don't know, something that needs to be baked. I just realized that some cheesecakes don't need to be baked. So taking all those steps to fulfill your vision is what's going to get you to your vision. So if your vision is having a certain amount of income, if your vision is having a certain kind of business, if your vision is having a certain kind of relationship, you start with the vision, right? What do I want? And this is where so many of us get tripped up. This is where so many people start to look at others' desires. Like, my favorite might be cheesecake, yours might be carrot cake. So if I tell you to go make a cheesecake and you don't like cheesecake, what's the point, right? So first, you have to decide, what do I want? Giving yourself full permission to have exactly what you want, how you want it. For me, it would be fresh raspberries on top of that cheesecake, right? That's how I like it. How do you like it? Maybe you hate cheesecake. Maybe you like pies instead, right? So first step is having that vision. Once you have the vision and you get clear at exactly the one that you want, or the life that you want, or the type of lifestyle you want, that's when you start reverse engineering it to how you have to create that. What are the ingredients of the life you want? What are the ingredients of a wealthy life for you? What are the ingredients of a beautiful, aligned, soulful relationship for you? What is it? Then you start working backwards. You realize, okay, so if I want that, who is that person? What does she want? What does she like to do? What is her style? What is she doing every day in that life, right? And then you can pull those threads into the present moment. And if wealth or solid relationships are for you, let's take the example of relationships. If that person in the future that you want to see in a beautiful, soul-aligned, amazing communication relationship takes time every day for herself to journal and to have friendships outside of the relationship, and maybe she has some great hobbies that make her really interesting, and that's where she meets the love of her life, right? So what can you start now? How can you make space in your life right now for the relationship you want, for the wealth you want, right? So you start working backwards. And then if you have affirmations based on that vision, now we're talking. If you have a vision board based on that vision in the future, now we're talking, because now it actually means something to you, right? If I give you a list of 20 affirmations to say, but they're not aligned with your future vision that you want for yourself, it's going to be meaningless. So one of the things well, there's 2 points here. One is, when you write affirmations, I love teaching my clients to say them and write them as, I am a person who is becoming. I am someone who, right? So instead of just saying, I am wealthy, and your brain is like, no, you're not, right? You can say, I am someone who is changing my relationship with money for the better. And then you are, because you're reading books, and maybe you're taking classes, maybe you're hiring a mindset coach, right? So you are someone who's becoming knowledgeable and being able to handle wealth. That's how you start rewriting some of those inner wrong beliefs, right? Beliefs that don't serve you. And the other aspect of why your positive affirmations aren't working is because so many people think if you allow your negative thoughts to be real or speak them, then you're somehow invalidating the positivity. Somehow the negative real emotions are going to take you down this dark shadow place. And that is simply backwards. We all have negative emotions, negative, positive, whatever you want to call them, they're real. We all have sadness. We all have frustration. We all have anger. But most of us have been taught to be nice, to be polite, that expressing that anger is not good. It's dangerous, right? Very few of us were raised with parents who themselves were allowed to express emotion positively in a really like constructive way. And sometimes it's okay to deconstruct things, right? We need that fire to burn things down sometimes, not literally. And taking our anger out on someone who's like sort of a victim of you is not right either. And that happens sometimes when you hold things in for too long, they explode. You end up being really irritable or mean to people who don't even know what's going on with you. Right? So that's why not just having positive affirmations and not just having a vision board, but also acknowledging that part of yourself that is really frustrated or angry or sad or ashamed or vulnerable to something that is going on in your life is really important to understand. And there's so many ways to express it. Like one of the things I love to do and I teach my clients to do and I teach my circle members to do is to before when you are journaling, when you are speaking, when you are processing emotions, don't just journal about the good stuff, right? I was doing this for a while. I'm like, wait a minute, how come I'm scared to write about the negative stuff or like my fears? And some part of me learned somewhere along the way in this law of attraction thing that if I think negative things, that's what I'm going to get. That is total BS. Okay. It's total bullshit. So when you are expressing your negative emotions, when you are expressing things that scare you or you're frustrated with, you're actually giving them space. Now, the trick is to learn how you like to express them. For me, I'm a big writer. I love writing them out, but I also love speaking them to a trusted person who's not there to fix me, who's just listening. So if you don't have people in your life like that, this is where it's really, really important to, if you're a verbal processor like I am, I'm written and verbal, like I love words, but sometimes even just saying a fear out loud can help me, but not to ruminate on it, not to create a whole story around it, but just to say, oh, I'm angry right now. Why am I angry? Why am I feeling this? And explore it to where you feel like you get clarity actually clears the way, because what happens is you have this river of abundance, river of creativity, river of flow in your life. And imagine each negative thought that you don't take a look at becomes like a dam. It becomes like a big log across the river. Maybe each little emotion that you have is like a twig, right? But when you have 1,000 twigs, they're going to create a massive dam in that river of flow, a river of abundance. And all of a sudden you're feeling like you're about to explode and you don't know why. But when you take each one, you look at it and you let it go down that river, you take each little twig, each branch, and you say, wow, this is anger for this. This is frustration over that. And this is sadness over this thing that happened. And it could be a lifetime of buildup. So you might have a lot of twigs there. I know I do. If I don't acknowledge them, they just build up, right? And so another form of releasing those is through movement, like nonlinear movement, not where you're just like, dancing a Zumba dance, but when you're actually like turning on some music or no music, whatever you need, and just letting your body express emotion. Like what would anger look like in a dance and movement? And do that, whether it's banging on a pillow or screaming or like just shaking everything in your body. Because guess what? The truth is you don't even need to understand what you're angry about or sad about or frustrated about, because we all have things built up in our body that we haven't expressed. So until you can get very clear in a regular way to express those emotions, you probably will already right now have a buildup of emotions. So whether you choose to go write about it, whether you choose to go talk to someone that you love, or that, can listen to you without giving you advice, which is really important to ask for, say, I just really need someone to listen to me right now. Or you choose to go move your body, go for a walk in nature. Nature loves emotions. If you can express your emotions in nature, oh my goodness, like it's amazing. Nature knows exactly what to do with your emotions. And you have so many metaphors all around you, cycles and seasons and earth and dirt. And like, there's so much, right? So, okay. So just a quick reminder, positive affirmations aren't all that. And they might actually make you more frustrated because you can be saying them for a decade with no results, right? So take some time to like create some negativity on purpose and really let that express. So if you're finding yourself saying positive affirmations for month after month after month with no results or change, it might be because you're not allowing the real emotions, the full wheel of emotions of sadness, anger, frustration, shame, all of that to come through. And it's creating this massive dam in your river of flow, in your river of abundance. So give yourself permission to feel all the feelings. And just know that you can write affirmations in a way that feel good to you, that feel real, based on the vision that you want. And it's okay to say, like, I am someone who is becoming peaceful. I am someone who is learning to appreciate my emotions. I am someone who chooses to express my full range of emotions so that I can be honest. I am someone who is learning to be more organized in my office. I am someone who is developing the habit of walking every day. Try those affirmations, speak those out loud, and see what a difference it makes. Now, if you want to go deeper on any of these topics, we go really deep, we go experiential, we go hard in a really, really good way in this inner self-care work. The Divine Self-Care Circle is now open for you. I would love to have you in there doing this work, getting coached by me, having a community around you of other like-minded, soul, incredible women doing this work as well. Check the notes in this podcast, or you can head over to Instagram, Elena_Lipson, where you will find a link to the entire page where you can explore the Divine Self-Care Circle. Ask me any questions. Just send me a DM on Instagram. I promise I check them all myself. And I would love to see you in the circle. And you can listen to this episode probably a couple more times, because I know I said a lot. And when I say something that triggers an emotion in you, what your ego likes to do is distract you. So what I like to do when I'm listening to things that trigger me or make me think in a new way is I listen to them a few times, because it's really easy for your ego to distract you from that inner work. But when you start to put it on repeat, it actually finds its way in. So maybe listen again. DM me with any questions. I'd love it if you left a review. That way other people can find it. That's an algorithm thing. The more people leave a review, the more people can find it. So if you can send me a DM, let me know what you think. That'd be great as well. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week, day, month, and I would love to see you in the circle. This is Elena Lipson, your Divine Self-Care Coach and your Inner Work Mentor. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new Divine Self-Care way of being in your life, business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.